would like to bring up Fire Commissioner Christopher Gioia. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Barbara?
The San Diego 9/11 Truth for inviting me to come and speak. It is an honor for me to come to San Diego. I wouldn't miss this for the world. I really wouldn't. I haven't been to California in about 40 years. But I'm honored to be here and speak before you good people. So, that being said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Gioia, and I'm a fire commissioner with the Franklin Square and Munson Fire District in Nassau County, New York. And it's a town of about 30,000 residents, 30 miles due east of Manhattan. I got involved with the movement because actually a few of my good friends were killed on 9/11. And for 10 years I didn't question the official narrative. And from talking to people, it became apparent to me that the official narrative wasn't correct. So I wanted to do something for my friends, and I found myself in a unique position being a fire commissioner that I could do something to make a statement, and it would help of the Architects and Engineers Initiative, and it would help the Lawyers Committee who have been pushing forward with trying to get justice. So I decided that if I could get the other fire commissioners in Franklin Square to endorse a resolution of support, that would really be making a statement, and it would bolster the movement. So on July 24th, the Franklin Square and Munson Fire District unanimously approved the resolution in support of the petition that was submitted by the Lawyers Committee, calling for a new investigation, grand jury investigation of the events of 9/11. Subsequently, I attended an event that was held by the Lawyers Committee on September 7th at the All Souls Church in Manhattan, where I spoke, and it was a pretty good sized crowd, and there were tremendous speakers, and it was a great accomplishment. And the media was there, and the message definitely got out a little bit more. On September 11th, as David said, we went to Washington, D.C. to a press conference at the National Press Club, and we spoke there along with David and Richard Gage, and we announced the initiative, the Justice for the 9/11 Heroes Initiative, and opened up a website with help from the Lawyers Committee. And then Bob McElvain spoke as well, and after that, all of us went to congressional offices where we were trying to get congressmen and senators to support the Bob McElvain Act, which would call for another investigation into the events of 9/11. So we're trying to put pressure on Congress as a delegation. And we got some positive responses from several senators and congressmen. I've also written, as fire commissioner, I've written to almost every congressman and senator, and I included a copy of the petition that was submitted by the Lawyers Committee, just to make sure that we had the copies. I've written to multiple news agencies. I've been putting the petition out there. I brought this matter up. I've been pursuing this with the fire department, because I feel that the fire department needs to weigh in on this, and that people will listen if the fire department joins ranks, and we join forces together, because the fire department and the police department and the EMS took a hit on 9/11. We all took a hit. The country took a hit. But if the fire department gets in there, now you have a uniform service, and people will recognize them. So I've written multiple agencies, brought the matter up with the fire department, involved with the Fire Districts Association of New York and the Fire Districts Association of Nassau County, which is comprised of 72 fire departments. And I made a motion that the Fire Districts Association of Nassau County support the Lawyers Committee and the petition before the Southern District of New York and the United States Attorney. So they tabled it initially, and then they wanted their attorney to go over it. And the attorney agreed that they could adopt the same language as the Fire Department of New York, that they were not opposed to the investigation, to the new investigation. So that, I took that for what it was. They weren't sticking their necks out. They weren't saying no, but they said that they weren't opposed to it. So that was pretty significant. I'm currently negotiating with the president of the State Association of the Bar Association of New York to appeal before their executive board, where I plan on showing them a 10 to 15 minute presentation of Building 7 coming down. And the reason I want to do that is I had shown this same presentation that I had gotten off the web at a fire department meeting, and the reaction from the department members when they actually saw Building 7 coming down close up. We have a big screen like this, and the comparisons of the buildings by controlled demolition in Building 7 made quite an impression, even with some of the older members. Now, there was a group of city firemen, there was a group of younger people who walked out that didn't want to have anything to do with it. And I get that, because I'm realizing that there is no middle ground on this issue. You either believe that the official narrative would, and if somebody challenges that, you go into denial. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you know that the official narrative is garbage. So I'm trying to do that. I'm going to get before the executive board. If I get before the executive board, then I can get it out to the Fire Association of the state of New York, and we're chipping away at the stone with the fire department in New York. And there is pushback. And I've had firemen come up to me and they're like, "How could you do this?" And I just look at them and I was like, well, if somebody in your family was murdered and years go by and then new evidence surfaces and it points in a different direction, would you want to look at that? And they think about that, and I said, all I'm saying is that there's evidence that has come out over the past 18 years that we need to look at. And then when they think about that, they agree. So, armed with the facts and sticking to the facts and not getting into any kind of conspiracy theories or anything like that, I think that we can make the case. We're gonna try our hardest in New York to make the case, and I'm going to push forward on that. I think we can do that. I know a lot of you have been putting it out there as well, and you've been experiencing the same thing, and I know you probably hear it from the relatives and your friends, and it's, it definitely bothers you. Because you know that what you're doing is right, and it's kind of frustrating that they don't see that, but I get that, and I respect that, and I tell people that, and I said, listen, I respect your opinion, that's what it's all about. We agree to disagree. I'm not trying to ram something down your throat, I'm just saying, just look at it. And along those lines, I would say that Winston Churchill is my hero. And I draw a tremendous strength from him. And I would say this to you, that he said, you have enemies? He said, good. He goes, that means that you stood up for something sometime in your life. And that's the truth. he also said, Barbara, where are you, Barbara? Right there. If you're going through hell, keep going.
Going.
And one of my favorites is never give in. Never give in. Never, 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 never. And nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in, except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force, never yield to apparently overwhelming might of the enemy. So, Winston Churchill had it going to keep going with this until I can't do it anymore, because justice is, we're going to get justice, we are. Okay, Cheri asked me to tell you the story of Chief Oriel Palmer.
Can't hear you.
Oriel Palmer was a battalion chief with the Fire Department of New York. And on 9/11, not only did he succeed, they had communication problems with the radios. The radios went down, they had all kinds of problems. So he fixed the problems with the radios. They got the radios back working. And he made it up to the 78th floor and the South Tower, and that was the fire floor. Now, this is a tremendous effort on his part. And when I was at the All Souls Church event, I actually spoke with several members of his unit. They said if there was one guy in the FDNY who was going to make it up to the top of that building in that kind of condition, it would have been Oriel Palmer. Oriel Palmer got up to the fire floor, and he was talking on the radio. And when he got there, he said that he found 2 isolated pockets of fire. That it wasn't raging in front of them. There were a lot of dead people up there. There were dead bodies. They were tripping over dead bodies. But he was on the fire floor. He was below the fire floor, and he was above the fire floor where the plane hit. And he said, he radioed back, 2 isolated pockets of fire, and we should be able to knock it down with 2 lines. So you have a battalion chief with the Fire Department of New York, experienced man, knows what he's up against, sees what is going on up there, and he knows that he can put this fire out. A few minutes later, the South Tower collapsed. So as David said, and it's maddening to think that this event happened, and not only was it planned, but they brought in the first responders as well. And then when the first responders were getting a handle on it, because of their bravery, they pulled the plug and took the building down with all of these innocent people in it. And it's terrible. It's just terrible. But that is the story of Oriel Palmer. He's a true hero. Not some of these sports figures who do this and do that, and they're put out there as heroes. Those people aren't heroes. The firemen who went into the towers and the policemen, they were the heroes. And the first responders, they were the heroes.
And you have people that are dying right now of the cancers that you know, correct?
Yes. The effects of working on the pile, breathing in what was in the air. They said the air was safe. I get it. You need to initiate the rescue operation. You're going to have to tell people that it's safe to get people to come down there and work. I don't think anybody, they knew it wasn't safe, but I don't think that even if you knew that it wasn't safe, nothing was going to stop you from going in there and trying to do the job and trying to get people out of the rubble to see if you could find anybody alive. That being said, I don't think it was a malicious thing, an act on the part of the government by saying that they had to just say it just to get people in there to do the job. We have to get in there and clean it up and look for survivors if they weren't. And the people are suffering. So people are still dying years later from the effects. 2 my fellow commissioners are, they're still battling cancers from being down there, from 9/11 related illnesses. So it's an ongoing thing. And that's something, you know, they finally extended the benefits, and it took the gentleman to go before Congress as he was dying and kind of beg. And it's like pathetic to think that Congress would even, you know, say no. You know, they're giving the guy a hard time, he's dying. Just take care of these people. Take care of them. And like I said, I just want to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to come and speak and to come to San Diego and to let you know that back on the East Coast, we're doing our part as well. And together, we're going to get this done.